Yo, what's up everyone? This is Andy and I'm here to give you some of my favorite selections for No House Advantages versus the House contest, where we're going to try to pick 5 player props correct. And if we do, we're going to net up to 21 times our money. That's one of the types of contests that you get over at No House Advantage. No House Advantage is player props and fantasy rolled into one simple, easy to use platform. We got 2 different types of contests. We got the Pick'em contest, which we submitted picks for yesterday, where you pick player props associated with players, and the more you get right, the more you rise in the standings and get closer to the top prize. But today, we're going to be focusing on the versus the house contest, where we pick any 5 player props. Doesn't even matter the sport, although today we're going to be focusing on NFL picks. You pick 5 right, you get 21 times your money. And for a limited time, if you go over to No House Advantage using the link in the description of this video, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. So you're going to put in 100, you're going to get 100, and you're going to throw it on some of these picks. What picks, you ask? Some of the favorite picks that I have, looking at the Bills-Cincinnati game and also the Dallas 49ers game. We'll start with that early game. I'm going to go back to something I've been taking these last couple of weeks, and that's the over on both Gabe Davis and Stefon Diggs. It's obviously lower for Davis, which is nicer, higher for Diggs. But the reason I love this so much is because the target tree has kind of been condensed there in Buffalo. When you think about who Josh Allen is throwing that ball to, it's Diggs, Davis, and then a little bit to Knox, a couple targets to Cole Beasley and the running backs. But with the whole Jamison Crowder, Isaiah McKenzie being out of there, so much of the target share goes to both Diggs and Davis. They both went for over 100 yards last week. I'm looking for something similar this week against the Bengals, where the Bills are going to try to push the ball down the field and score. You saw how they approached the Bengals a couple weeks back when they started that game on a Monday night. A lot of throws to Diggs and Davis. I'm looking for that to continue, so give me the over on both of those receivers. Then I'm going to go over to the Niners-Dallas game. I'm going to go back to a guy I loved last week, Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz, who led the Cowboys in receiving last week, going up against the Niners, who is a team that you can move the ball on through the air, especially the way they play some zone defenses. I think he'll be able to find those little gaps in between the zones and be able to hit his over, which is still relatively low when you're considering that breakout performance that he had last week. I'm looking for him to have another strong game, so give me the over on Dalton Schultz receiving yards. Then I'm going to take the over on receiving for both the running backs in that game. Tony Pollard, what'd you think I was going to say? Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, and Christian McCaffrey. Ezekiel Elliott's going to do a grand total of nothing in this game against pretty much the best defensive front in the NFL. They're going to have to use Pollard. They're going to get him in space. At least I think they will. A couple of screens, couple of swing passes, try to get him into open space, which is why I'm going to take the over on receiving yards for him. Then on the other side, Christian McCaffrey. We've seen him have many games almost hitting 100 yards receiving. The beautiful thing about both of these running backs is they can take any one of those dump-offs for 30 and 40 yards because they're that dynamic of ball carriers. So I'm going to take the over on receiving yards for both Pollard and McCaffrey. And those are the picks that I got for you as I take on the house over at No House Advantage. Now, if you don't like any of my picks, or you want to maybe go a different direction, or you want another take on it, go over to Stokastic.com. They actually offer free projections for the No House Advantage contest. Optimal lineups, free projections. Definitely go check them out. They're made by people a whole hell of a lot smarter than me. You should definitely go over there and check those out. But until next time, it's been fantastic. I hope you net up to 21 times your money. I certainly hope I do. I will be back with you next week for the conference championships. Good luck, and I will talk to you then.